Wes Mack in the studio. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jeremy?
Good, man. Thanks a lot for coming in. You've got quite the resume so far in your life. Tell us about growing up. You're a Calgary boy, getting into acting, and then eventually country music.
Yeah, I've been a musician pretty much my entire life. My parents made the probably interesting, maybe a mistake of buying a drum kit for me at age 3. I don't know why any parents would do that. I appreciated it. But, so I'd been playing in bands since I was 13 years old. And then, a little bit later in life, got into doing some acting. I've been lucky enough to do a fair bit of that for film and television.
Yeah.
Done some directing, but I've always been playing music, and here I am.
Let's talk about some of your TV roles. Smallville.
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, those are some of them.
You also did Magic Beyond Words, the J.K. Rowling story.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago there. We did a little biopic on Lifetime about her life, and I guess Ron Weasley is based on a person in her actual life who
You got little Ron Weasley going on.
Looking enough like Rupert Grint, I feel like I could have just fallen over in the casting room there, and I probably still would have got the part.
Eventually, you moved on to country music. You released a couple tunes. One of my favorite songs of yours, Our Soundtrack. Great tune.
Thank you very much.
You also got a brand new album coming out in the not-so-distant future.
Yeah, we should have a new song here for you called Before You Drive Me Crazy, and that's going to drop at the start of January. And, a new album will be coming out sort of late spring.
You're hanging out with the legendary Ron Harwood?
Yeah, he's carting me around here today, incidentally in a Camaro. We came into the airport rent-a-car place. A little shout-out to them. Gave us a bright red Camaro to deal with the Edmonton winter roads in November. And we're supposed to drive that to Calgary. So they were thinking about safety.
Wes Mack in the studio this afternoon. Wes, you planning to return to acting, or maybe is country music where your heart is?
It's one of those things. Again, I've always been playing music, and I've been lucky enough to do some acting. I still go out and I was shooting a couple weeks ago here and there, but ultimately my schedule is all about the music and is reasonably full at the moment. So it's when I have some time. I certainly still enjoy doing that, but it's really just finding the time and the right projects.
Last year, CCMA, is that your first time going to that?
I've been there a couple times before. I was, in 2013, I was there and won the CCMA Discovery Award.
Way to go, man.
And then in 2012, I was there and was sneaking into events using a napkin as a ticket. So it's an interesting road to get you there.
What's your favorite place to play so far in your life?
Growing up in Calgary, I hope you don't overly hold it against me. But getting to play at Mack Hall, opening up for Florida Georgia Line, was neat for me because I'd grown up seeing a lot of my favorite bands play there. When I was a teenager, I got to play there in my trio band. We were called the Shades of Grey. And again, this is before the book, so not to confuse anyone. That would have been very bizarre for us as 14-year-olds. But getting to return to that stage and play on it with those guys was pretty cool. All
right, we're going to get to one of your songs in just a few seconds here. But before you go, I have to ask you, as it's CFL playoff time, Eskimos or Stamps?
Oh, boy, you put me on the spot here. I am a fan of Alberta football.
All right, we'll take it. Wes Mack, tell us about Our Soundtrack.
Our soundtrack was a cool tune. It's one of the few ones that came to us, obviously in the last year I've been doing a bunch of writing and recording. That one was about 3 days before I was going into the studio to cut a bunch of tracks, and it wasn't on the list of songs we were going to do, but, I ended up chatting with the producers and a couple of my buddies on it and just sort of made a last-second substitution there, and it worked out really well. Once we got all the musicians playing on it and got some vocals, it really took off in a way that we didn't expect.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me.
That is Wes Mack in the studio this afternoon. This is one of his singles. It's called Our Soundtrack on CFWE.